I'm trying to not lose sight of the fact that we are developing the car.
It's just awful.
We wanted to compete this year. You know, we bit the bullet, just went for it. They've messed with the gear shifter a little bit. I don't think it's completely fixed, but they say it's going to be better.
Not right here.
When what you're supposed to be doing changes, when our race changes, do you just switch your brain, go to that gear and stay in that lane?
Don't you get tired of just driving around the track over and over? Isn't that redundant for y'all? I've had people say that to me before.
Road America is one of those tracks that I've been to a lot and I've raced there a lot. So, you know, my confidence level going in is good as far as knowing the track. We just want to make sure that we have the car to get it done.
So after Mid-Ohio, obviously the hood flew up and we wanted to use Aero Catch hood pins, not the push button ones that failed us. We have a kind of a parts car, but future seat time car. It's a silver FRS. So we took the hood from it, got the Aero Catch hood pins from ATEC/Summit. We're also changing to a TF Works header. Our good friend Jimmy Oakes recommended it. He had it on his 8.6, so we're gonna use it. And also the exhaust. We just got a full HKS high power exhaust. This has a type of resonator that can decrease a lot of the rasp. It'll still be loud, which is good, but it'll bring the tone back to a more proper K-Series, deeper tone.
We're running 75A engine mounts, trying to get some of the harmonics dialed out of it because these K-Series, man, they just rattle everything to pieces. Also, Rick from Haltech tuned the car for us, so that was really nice.
We actually figured out at Mid-Ohio that our power to weight was wildly wrong. I don't remember the number, but we were significantly underpowered. So we're gonna work with Rick to re-dyno tune the car to add some really good positive road race features like flat shift and rev matching. He's been awesome to work with. Haltech has been awesome to work with. Super intelligent guys.
We've been plagued with shifting issues this entire season. We went to a factory GR shifter and even a factory GR knob. So we're gonna start there and then see how that works out at Road America. Road America's fast, it's really fast. It pays big dividends for doing it right, but it also bites really hard when you do it wrong. It's time for practice. We only get one. Every practice is important, but having one is definitely difficult because any changes you need to make, you make them and then go to qualifying.
We're excited. Good, I'm glad it's that way. I'm excited to be at the racetrack with my friends. Amen to that.
Leaving pit lane, we immediately run into a problem. 100% pedal position feels like it equals about 20% throttle position. So everyone just starts flying by me. Pull off and get back to the paddock really quick. We gotta solve this problem ASAP because we only get one practice.
What do you want to do? You want me to try to reload this tune or what? No, I think it's the cam position sensor. I think that it's something that's going on there. I could use like a relearn or some, but I don't know.
What? Crank sensor's loose.
Crank sensor?
There you go. That'll do it.
It looks like the crank position sensor's loose, so all right, let's tighten it up. Let's get back out there and make the best of this practice.
Are you filming? Dude, here we are again. It's not funny.
Toxic positivity?
Yeah, toxic positivity is where we're going right now. Let's look both ways so we don't get hit by a car. That's not toxic positivity, that's just safety.
We get back out on track. I'm letting everyone go by me just because I'm on my outlap and they're already hot. So car seems to be working fine. As I head down for turn 5, the problem happens again. Dude, was my hand hurting after that?
I don't know.
Man, I don't like getting that mad.
He's watching it too. I like when he gets that mad. It's fun for everybody, except for him.
At this point, practice is shot for us. It feels like there's some sort of engine protection, right? It's just, you can floor it, but the throttle position only is like 20 or 30%, it feels like. So I'm assuming something's just in there that's got, some sort of layer of engine protection that we're not seeing. So Rick's gonna come check it out and we'll see where we land.
So engine protection can do a lot of different things. We can look at oil pressure, okay, and do an engine protection, or we can look at fuel pressure, or even AFRs. The sky's the limit, whatever sensors on the car. Okay? And in this case, lean protection is set up to reduce throttle on an electric throttle body car. It'll reduce throttle about 30%.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's what happened.
Yeah, for sure that's what happened, yeah.
So we'll get the data, make some adjustments, we'll go from there.
That's a bad son of a. That's called a Viper competition coupe. They built a handful of them to run a specific series. After they were done, they went to a series called NARA, shout out, which I used to race in, and they're badass.
So Rick has given us a diagnosis. It looks like it's a firmware issue. He said he's never seen it before, but as luck would have it, it hit us. But we can still learn in qualifying and apply it for the races.
Qualifying is so important because it sets our grid for our first race later today.
3 to 4 upshifts down again.
We'll see VMAX here around 135 miles an hour over in turn 12.
Like 5 ready, super 5 ready.
It feels like after the first lap, the car's just not wanting to turn right very well. I'm not sure what that's about. We're gonna come in real quick, do tire pressures and see what's going on.
I feel like I'm like maybe rubbing, so just look the whole car over. Splinters on the ground. The splitter's done. I figured.
Well, the splitter's on the ground and dragging, so that makes sense why the car doesn't really want to turn to the right very well.
Dude, it's like the most violent, it's pretty violent mode ready. If I pull up, might do some weird stuff, so just keep that in mind.
We didn't really get any good laps in, unfortunately. It's, it's the way it is. I did almost hit a groundhog.
Dude, almost hit a groundhog. Buddy, you got animal cruelty.
I did spare his life. I think that's the right thing to do. But yeah, we just qualified really poorly.
We just got to re-engineer the front a little bit. The splitter must have been just too low to the ground, and because we haven't had an issue, but we also haven't been, loading either tire up for that long like we did in the carousel. So I mean, as you're getting faster and faster and faster, that left front's getting lower and lower and lower. So we'll race with no splitter. We'll just try to figure it out from there.
Did you know that any of that was going on?
I had no clue. I was down 2 miles away.
Dude, this is kind of weird, but I'm like super excited for the first time in a long time to go race.
He scared the out of me.
How about punch his ass?
Brian Leonard starts 41st in the 337, a beautiful chase base car. Race number 1 from Road America. Green flag, and we're racing at the National Park of Speed.
Honestly, now that the splitter's gone, the car feels so good. Like that, it gave me so much confidence. I'm not sure what that's about. The little gear selection issue, it is what it is, but I mean, I can drive around that. Then immediately, man, big one happens.
Big wiggle, he's off, and Wimble spins. Right center track, and that's a bad place to be. Contact and crash at turn 6.
It took out a lot of really good cars, and as we approached it, there's a lot of dirt in the air, and there was just cars everywhere.
Cigarette. Yeah, I just heard that over the intercom. Is it behind you or in front of you? I avoid it. Copy.
After driving through there in my head, it's a disaster zone. I think that there's probably just cars scattered and stopped all over the track, but we stayed green. Coming into turn 5, I see, yellow lights on the fence, yellow flags. So I'm kind of like, hey, everyone, let's slow it down. The guys in front of me kind of took off, and I kind of slowed down to like 60-70% for the whole yellow flag zone, but they kind of checked out. So I was like, oh, I was kind of surprised by that. And then I got there, and there's one safety vehicle, and then I'm like, oh, I guess we're still green.
We're green. You got enough pull-offs and access roads that they'll keep it green.
So, try to go again and try to cover that ground up that I just lost.
just wrecked into me. How bad? I don't know. I'm gonna keep driving it, but dude.
God. That dude was gonna smash that wall.
Check my right side. I'm coming by now. You got some marks, but you're clear. I know. Just hey, we'll talk about it later. Right now, just let it be in the past and drive on.
Full course yellow now. All right. I would imagine that's likely for the cleanup that is happening at 7. They just don't feel like they can get that car moved.
Must be some debris.
Nope, different thing. This is Dai Win at turn 12.
Soon after that, a full course caution came out, so unfortunately we finished the race under caution as opposed to green flag.
We do have a white flag waving from the main flag stand, which means this final 4 miles will be done behind the pace car.
We could have done better,
They could have
for sure. The yellows didn't help. Tired of finishing under yellow. That's getting old. Hopefully everyone can do better, as they say and we say, and stop bouncing off of us. And then also let's try to do like green flag racing. That's the problem, man. Every time the car starts to feel good, it's like, and I don't like the term it's just racing, because it's like if it's just racing, then that means everyone's just allowed to drive like assholes and wreck into each other and bounce off each other or whatever, right? It's not just racing. It's like you can still race hard and you can still lean on each other and not smash into each other and make really poor decisions, you know? So I just wish it was a little different.
Yesterday, we didn't get the race that we were hoping for, Matan. An early accident at turn 7 after a spin. We had a bit of a pile up there. Unfortunately, Austin Hurdle's weekend looks to be over and done with. The car should be repairable. Eric Catil, though, he got his car repaired. He looks good to go.
Let's go race. Just hope the thing's green flag, and I hope everything works well. Mom said she's praying for us. Tell her I said thank you.
From the 4-mile behemoth just outside of Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, green flag flies.
Didn't get that great of a start, just kind of the way I got on throttle wasn't great. But by the time we make it to turn 3, the car is starting to feel really solid. The shifter, I haven't missed any shifts. It's, again, I'm trying to be very slow and be precise with that gear selector.
We do have a safety car, and it will slow the field down here as they work their way by the main flag stand. And so that is Jake Jornstad's car. Is that Jake?
It looks like there might be a fire in.
Yeah, there is a fire in the car. You see Jake getting out of the way, getting out of the car and to safety as quickly as he can.
Yeah, we're full course. No, is that red flag or is this full course? That's red flag, red flag.
That is a big fire there for Jake Jornstad's car, and you hate to see this, Matan, but Road America safety team immediately on scene, and they're going to go to work getting that put out.
So bored in the car, nothing to do, did not want that, really wanted some green flag racing, but I'm just going to try to make the best of this situation.
It's not Mountain Valley, and I'm sorry. But I can't carry glass in the car, so this will have to do. Mountain Valley, I do apologize. This is not what I intended. If you'll make some smaller plastic bottles, I would be more than happy to carry them on board with me, and you choose to sit in a red flag situation and stay hydrated.
So we're back under caution now, and we'll watch the field back up. Cars rolling back into the paddock area, and they'll get set up for their third race later today.
Glad Jake's okay, man. That's a very scary situation. He posted on social media showing that he was okay, but was showing some of the burns in the suit and stuff, and he's very fortunate and he got out of there quick. I'm glad the safety crew got to the car quick, but yeah, that red flag situation was not a good situation.
So I got the opportunity to drive the big giant track. We were driving the kart track all weekend, but a few of us got picked to go drive big track, which is awesome. We are testing a radiator and an intercooler sprayer. We have our windshield washer reservoir, and we're kind of repurposing that with just different sprayers that we're testing. Made a major difference. I did notice that at very high speeds, the airflow would actually push through, and I think that the spray pattern was weaker than the wind itself at 90, 100 miles an hour on the big track. And so I made sure to do it on a slower portion of the track, but on the kart track, it gave me an extra 4 laps. By the time this video releases, it should be available, and if not, shortly thereafter.
We haven't had a lot of green flag running this weekend. A fire from Jake Jornstad's car halted our second race. We ended under a yellow flag.
Green, green, green.
Didn't have a great start. I lost quite a bit of track position for the cars in front of us. That was on me. I didn't get to power soon enough. After turn 2, 3, and 4, the car felt, really good. So we're just gonna kind of like hunker in and just kind of see what we can do in this one.
Yes, sir.
So there's nothing groundbreaking about what's happening right now. It's kind of no drama, which is nice considering the first 2 races. But yeah, we're just kind of hanging in there, having a few battles here and there, so it's actually a lot of fun.
Race 3 is pretty uneventful. There's a good bit of local yellows, which makes sense on a big giant track. Brian's just kind of hanging in there and doing what he can.
Engine light, check engine light. Copy that.
Check engine light just came on. Not really sure what that's about, but the car feels a lot slower. It's like the straight line speed has just been sucked out of it.
Tanker. Copy that.
And there we go. We got one all the way through with a little bit of a delayed start, but time.
Man, the car feels slower like the last 2 laps. So I'm wondering if it was that check engine light now. Yeah, well, you did good to stay around where you were.
Coolant temps went up a little bit, and I think it's just he was in a lot of dirty air the whole race. But it wasn't so hot that we got alerts for that. What the check engine light was for was the ECU was getting hot. The actual computer was getting too hot. So I think it cut some things out or did something to where we lost a little bit of power. So I'm brainstorming to try to see what I can do to rectify that, keep that from happening in the future.
Race 3 was okay. The PCM, I guess, started overheating or something, and the car just started slowing down, and the car just like was slow. Like it just like I was not able to keep pace to anyone, and people were able to run me down pretty quickly. So I don't know. I mean, we learned something about the car finally, as opposed to just hoping something doesn't fall off of it. So race 4's in a couple hours. We'll just do the best we can do there. We'll try to put some air across the PCM, you know, and keep the PCM cool. But I had fun. It was green flag. You know, everyone drove decent this time, so hopefully we can do that again.
Anyways, back to me. Today was an amazing day with the E36. We've been fighting things, you know, new build woes, even though the build's, 10 years old. But, E36s will be E36s, and we got a lot of results out of it today. And I'm pleased, we fixed the steering issues for the most part. It's not exactly how I want for my driving style, but it's totally drivable. I can tandem, I can keep up. I'm not, getting lost. The wheel's not getting lost and from lock to lock. So I feel good about it. Burnt the fuel pump, but that's okay. There's only an hour left in the day. If you make it to an hour and you can still kind of load it into the trailer, you're good.
right, final race of the weekend. It's here, race 4. So far, we've had a decent weekend. Not the best, but you know, we're all right.
I'm a power up.
This is race 4. It's going to be a tight one here, only 12 minutes. It is time for the last race of the weekend.
Between turn 3 and 5, I saw the wideband just decided to stop working and the car got really loud. I have been here before, as many of you know, and the exhaust has decided to exit the chat once again.
Stable forward. Lost the wideband and everything.
You know, I'm trying to decide what to do here. I get through turn 5 before the cutoff, so I'm thinking, you know, can I start the race or whatnot? Then Hunter radios in, tells me that Will has taken a photo of the car on the track and the exhaust is dragging. I couldn't really hear it in the car.
Texted me and said he can see it dragging.
I decided that I guess, you know, the best thing to do is to pull off the track. You're welcome, all of you, and not ruin everyone else's races.
Brian Leonard is going to peel off at Canada Corner. Didn't feel something that he liked.
This is probably one of those weekends where we learned the most with the car because it finally was kind of working. You know, we definitely, this K series is just rattling the whole car to death.
Green flag, we're racing in Grid Life Touring Cup at Road America.
The K Series is a great engine, great in Hondas. I had a K swap in like 2006, but I think we're done with it. I think in the rear-wheel drive platform, the fulcrum's off. I think we want to go back to the flat floor. That's basically been the source of every single issue the entire season. From the thing rattling around, knocking exhaust off, moving too much where we can't shift, etc. I think we're good.
I'm just happy that we have a car leaving this weekend that's not totally destroyed. There were a lot of people that were not that lucky. They have some really torn up race cars, a lot of really good cars. We want to go win races, sure, but we should also be having fun. Like I'm racing with all my best friends. You know, we're up late nights working on the cars together. Chase is drifting, having a good time. It's like you really need to just think and be, you know, realize how fortunate you are to get to do this sort of stuff and call it work. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, it's awesome, and we're all getting ready to go have a couple beers and see Dead Moose 9 or something. So it's going to be awesome.
Going into Limerock, I feel pretty decent. It'll probably be the last race of the year for us, but I feel like, of course, the last race of the year is when we sort of figure it out, but we'll see.